The mission of ADECA is to strengthen Alabama's communities and the people that live there. The federal programs that ADECA manages address critical needs across our state. As a former council member, former mayor, and past president of the Alabama League of Municipalities, I am concerned about our ability to help rural Alabama and our state's neediest citizens with the elimination of certain programs in the America First budget. ADECA's mantra is local leadership and state partnership, and we know that local leaders are closest to the people they represent, and they know the issues and challenges that affect their communities. Selma Mayor Darrio Melton recently spoke with us on his concerns regarding the proposed federal budget cuts.
So Selma is a very unique city in regards to our history, but also in regards to the challenges that we have, and the proposed cuts that are coming from the federal level will have a drastic impact on our city. When we start talking about infrastructure with the CDBG, either DRA, the infrastructure projects that we're able to get funding for, that impacts livelihoods. Poverty is a reality in Selma, and having funding available gives us the opportunity to alleviate some of that poverty. It helps us create jobs for families and better housing for families. And to hear that the federal government is strongly considering cutting those programs, it will be a drastic impact for the city of Selma and for the families, those who this program so wonderfully benefit. Selma is the second oldest city in the state of Alabama, and we have a whole lot of infrastructure needs. And with the help of the CDBG, we're able to meet many of those needs as we move forward as a city, given we don't have a tax base that can afford to keep up the infrastructure inside of this city. And so just specific projects like that, sewer projects, stormwater projects, though that goes a long way for our city in regards to making sure that we don't have street cave-ins, which we have so often in an aging city. Not having these fundings available is basically putting our city at a very disadvantage, and we're not sure what way we'll be able to move forward to address those concerns and needs. Being the mayor of a city, you actually feel, you live daily what goes on with your community, what goes on with your constituents and the citizens that stay inside of a city. And so I think it's disingenuous for those on the federal level to look at a city and say what the city needs or does not need. What we do know, these programs that are being targeted right now have been in place for decades, and they have tremendously impacted cities. To remove that, I think the federal government will be making a huge mistake, and I think it will feel it from the ground up in regards to the impact that we'll have all the way to DC. I believe that on all levels of government, be it the city, state, and the federal, that we should partner together and work together for the local person or the local citizens. And these programs afford us the opportunity to do that. Money that was sent through particular ADECA here, federal money that is sent down to the cities. I think that's a great partnership, a way to work with people. And what we're seeing now is that that partnership is at jeopardy, that you don't have the connection that we once had, where the federal government is working with the state and the state working with the city. There's a break in the pipeline, and hopefully we can stop this break before it's too late. And we urge those on the federal level to really talk to the mayors and the local officials to see how this impact will play out in local cities. I think what is very important is that we're talking about the most vulnerable people in our United States, in our cities, who will have the greatest impact. Of course, we have people who have the means to move to other areas, but most of the resources we're talking about, for instance, the Delta region, is one of the most impoverished areas of the United States. And to have those fundings removed out of this region is almost closing the door on a whole group of citizens of the United States. And so I think it's very important to see that we're all Americans, regardless of what part of the country we stay in, regardless of what city we stay in. And if we don't have these funding opportunities available, we don't know what the future holds for so many people who will be locked out again. People deserve to be treated like a citizen, regardless of what part of the state they're in. And we're hoping here in the Delta region that once again, we're not overlooked, but we're actually given a hand up